Army knife, fold out things that sort of they don't take up as much room.
Okay, sound check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Vancouver Tin Ball Open, second annual. Today we have CHAO versus JIN. Bo is a 620 Fargo. SHUCHENG is a 668. Expect some high-level pool. Good break. Excuse me. Good spread. Little hooked here on the one, but no, it's pretty well hooked. I think he's going to have to go 2 rails here or push out. Left a tester. Very makeable. Good chance to even get on the 2 from here if you make it. So certainly I think Bo's going to, yeah, he's taking this, of course. But he played safe, tried to play safe purposefully. He didn't like his percentage of make, I suppose, on the 1 there. Expect another safe here. We've seen some really high level caliber pool today. It's only going to get better from this point forward. This is the round number 7 on the A side. That was a very creative defense. Certainly hit. It's just a certainly hittable ball for Bo. It's just a matter of the speed he decides to employ here. That'll be critical. I mean, he's got good blockers at 6 and the 7, right? So you could expect a speed that's going to bump that 1 ball at least a diamond or 2. Of course, yeah, he's calling the corner, but you always call a pocket and 10 ball, right? There's 1 full diamond, 2 would have been better, but this might even be makeable. It's hard to tell from the camera angle here. I think it is makeable. Even if it's really tight in the 6, you could throw it in with a little spin-induced spin. Stun shot with spin-induced spin. But the question is just what he's looking at there. Can he get on the 2? Does it make any sense to make the ball if you just hook yourself, right? Very patient, very well thought out. It was Very sensitive finesse shot. Any error, which you see, there's a little bit of error here, and ended up hooking himself. That was the risk, but that's a pretty tough ball to hit for me. SHUCHENG can look at this. You could see, you look from this bad boy over to this bad boy. It comes a little short. So we'd have to, I mean, he's got to get by the 6 too. So I think this is really tough. But he could get by the 6, but he's going to go make it wide. But then he goes wide, he's going to come short of the 2. So he's going to go wide. He's going to end up here now near the second diamond there and be short of the 2. So that was really tough. Nice little 15-degree cut here. It gives him enough of the bulk of the ball of the 3 to be able to draw back. Just a pinch. Okay, that was the danger. If you didn't have enough draw, you could have got stuck behind the 7. But he used speed to get by it. So no harm, no foul. Tried probably you'd like to get on this the camera side table of the 6. If he's going to the side, or if he's going to the corner, of which never mind, he's going to the side. He'd like to be on the camera side of the 6, not that side. Now he's got to go into the rail and back out. And that's fine. Little steep angle, just speed control here. Probably put a little left on it so that it'll hit the short rail, spin left, go to the long rail, and it'll be set up quite nice for the 8. He went straight in at it, trusted his speed well enough. He could just go perpendicular to the short rail. Yeah, we got to see some big daddy draw here without going into the side pocket. I watched Bo earlier. He's got quite a good stroke. Oh, look at this. Nice love tap there from the 10. A little more angle on the 9. That's just what he needs to get back out to center table for the 10 ball. Some players like to maybe hold it up a little bit here and go for a side pocket or a corner, upper corner, but I think most better players like to come out to the center of the table so they can place, pocket the ball in a corner on the side of the table the ball is on. Like this, a little more. Again, center table would have been better, but I mean, certainly he makes this 95 out of 100. Nice out by Bo. we'll get to see SHUCHENG, what he can bring here. He's, as we all know, he's been rising for a number of years now, pretty quickly. And as things look, he's going to continue to do that, become a prominent figure in the world of pool. That's my belief, at least. Of course, it's easy to say that since he beat me 7-1 at the Don Weir. And I need to find a reason for him to have done that to me. Nice bank. Got the wing ball on the side. Cue ball ran a little bit on. I'm sure as the breaks go on, he'll squat it in the middle of the table more. But that's what happens when it runs out from the center. You lose your viewing angles on the potential, your potential next ball, the one ball. Not sure how much of this you can see. Oh, wow. He fired that in there. No fear. Not reckless, just no fear. And he's looking really good now with the way the 3, the 4, and the 5 sit. Come up on this, on the right side of the 8, so we don't get hooked behind it. Stop shot for the 5 in the corner, or float down a little bit for the 5 in the side. I prefer the corner. The problem, because if you try for the side and you don't get far enough down, well, it's got to make the 4. So what am I talking about? Any viewers out there, if you can, like, share, subscribe, and if you could, just someone note in the chat if the sound is okay. Oh, that was wise, but can he get to that too? He must just have a sliver edge of it. He's confident down on it. Michael C., thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm sure he's glad he's got a little angle here to come off the rail and back out to center table for the 7. Give him an angle to get to the 8. And looks he'll be going into the long rail, a little low left or low, depending on how much he decides he wants to cheat the pocket or not to get back out for the 8. After that, the 9-10 are sitting really sweet together for down table corner shots. You notice SHUCHENG takes even shots that are standard here, does his due diligence, is very deliberate, takes his time, double checks, doesn't take things for granted. And that reduces his errors. You know, there's times when we'll miss easy shots and maybe we're not respecting the shot as much as we should, but he pays his due diligence to every one of these. And that makes a difference in the overall error of of a player over time. The Dr. Dave peace sign. Yeah, I mean, he can skim off this 10. There is a risk. And he missed the 10. That was a good thing he paid attention to that, because if he hit that too full, it can skid over into a cue ball go in the drink in the left corner. And that's a break and run, ladies and gentlemen. Bo's up for his break. Again, another solid break. Unable to keep the cue ball in the center of the table, but by good fortune they won, which often travels down to the head string area. The cue ball happens to be there this time, but he didn't make a ball. So one to the 2 is straightforward. 2 to the 3 looks pretty straightforward. That's the 4 ball by his bridge hand right now. Sometimes the colors can throw us off. That's the 4. So yeah, you can see this is pretty straightforward. He's going to get a little angle on the 3. You don't want to be straight in here. He wants to come a couple rails back towards the track line of the 4. And it's close. Not a lot of angle here to work with, but there's a lot of open table space, so he's got latitude. Even if he doesn't get right on it, there's enough open table space to make a good cut. And the 5 is sitting pretty, so that latitude is available. The 6, like he's looking at, in front of the pocket, so we could see another break and run here. He'd have to make a mistake knowing his skill. He'd have to make a mistake, which he doesn't do much. Yeah, well, he's got to get back down to the foot of the table here. So he's going to put a little mustard on it to get back down here. And we'll see if he runs into that 9-10 or not. No, he was very controlled, his speed. I suppose it's better safe than sorry. If he gets too far, he'd be in trouble. In any event, as he's looking right now, even if he just bunts the 5, he can still cut the 6 in, and any cut on the 6 brings him around for the 7 on the other side of the table. which is a key ball for the 8 here. So I think the whole play is here to be able to get on the 7 in such a way that he can easily slide over to the left side of the table for the 9 in the right-hand corner. I doubt he would want to put the 9 in the side. Follow the 8 down into the right-hand corner and the 9 in the side. I don't think so. He'll want to put that 9 in the right-hand corner, I believe. There's also, if it doesn't work out, there is the combo there. It's not dead, but certainly close. Again, as I mentioned earlier, no matter what the shot, as rudimentary as it may seem, he does his due diligence, and this again reduces those one-off errors we see a lot in players where I have a simple shot and I rattle the pocket or something, miscue. He's present and pays his dues. Very deliberate. Takes an incredible amount of focus to maintain that level of a connection for these extended periods of a tournament. Doesn't want to get stuck on that rail, but hey, that's part of pool. He knows it can happen. I'm sure you can see how he's grabbing the chalk there. It's not his favorite, but certainly he's 95% to make this, if not higher. And he'll get shape somewhere for the 10 there. You can make that 10 anywhere along the perpendicular line of the table. Very high-level performance from SHUCHENG. It wouldn't surprise me if this went back and forth, one game at a time, all the way to Hill. Clearly, SHUCHENG is the favorite. So, if it's not going to do that, he'll pull out to a lead shortly here. It's really at this level, whoever makes the mistakes, right? Whoever makes the least mistakes pulls ahead. Let's see if we can keep the cue ball in the center of the table this time. Went right into the head ball, and the classic kickback on the cue ball headed towards one of the corners, that right-hand corner. But he was fortunate something bumped it before it got there. Excuse me. a little dilemma. Yeah, clearly he's thinking about this quite a bit. I suppose he's going to play safe here. Yeah, that was unintended contact with the 5, I believe. So Bo's going to get a chance. I send this right to the pocket. And, oh, my goodness. That's very unfortunate for Bo. I think he was trying to go 3 rails back around for the 3 ball. Well, usually ball in hand is death in 10 ball. Shucheng taking full advantage of his ball in hand. Well, usually ball in hand is death. Of his ball in hand. Usually ball in hand is death. Again, Shucheng taking his time as he doesn't want to make any errors in judgment or mechanics. He's curious to see if he's going for this 8-9 combo or not. Doesn't want to make any errors in judgment. Just going to slow roll it here, I think. Obviously. Well, maybe not. I mean, sometimes if you don't just slow roll, you don't have good aim, you can end up hooking yourself on the rail with the ball. And then in that case, you'd hit it a little harder so to go down to one of the corners. But confident in his aim, so he felt like the slow roll was the best bet. Of course, I'd like to do that myself too. Anybody in the chat out there played SHUCHENG in the past? No. Bo said, excuse me, but it's my break. And yeah, he needs to keep this close right now. You don't want a stronger player to get ahead. Becomes, especially an alternating break, it becomes increasingly difficult to her chances to make a comeback. So with higher level players, the wins early are far more critical. Again, we got the kickback on the cue ball. Neither of the players have been able to control the cue ball to leave it in the middle of the table. To squat the rock, as we call it. Do a little yoga here so he can get to the ball. I always did that when I was younger too, because I hated the bridge. Now I have to learn how to use the bridge. There's a straightforward save here. And he got there. Oh, well, there might be a space. There might be a line through here, maybe. It's hard to tell from here. If not, Bo's got his hands full. SHUCHENG will get ball in hand with a fairly open table again at 3-1. Again, I'm reiterating this. This is a critical match for Bo. Otherwise, SHUCHENG will start to run away. And this is unfortunate for Bo. SHUCHENG doesn't make many mistakes, but even top players do. So he's got to hope that he makes an error in this run out in order to keep it close. He wanted to get straight in. Look, even as players, breaking and running tables, we're always self-reflecting on our performance, no matter how high we get. You can be disappointed or pleased with it. He wanted to be straight in there for sure, so he could just draw straight back, or not draw straight back, but just maybe a stop shot for the 4. But this is really no issue for him. He shouldn't be too concerned. Yeah, I think he let it get to him a little bit because that might have not been necessary to do it like that. course, he's the only one that knows when he's down and sees the table. But and you could, if you did a comparison of his behavior up to that point, and you can see there's a change in attitude a little bit. But I'm sure he'll get right back into it because he's well trained. You can see he's already back. He's not letting it affect his stroke or his prep, his pre-shots. Again, a little more misfortune can add to his uncertainty. See how he processes it. Typically, I just break my cue at this point, but now, hey, that's me. Ugh. So, fortunately, it's cue ball only fouls. But yeah, this is the opportunity we were speaking earlier. I was saying Bo needs for him to make some mistakes and get an opportunity so this SHUCHENG doesn't run away with it. And, well, your wish is my command, Bo. But if you don't take advantage of an opportunity, they are not given to you. These balls, they only tell the truth. And if your truth isn't right, they will be unmerciless. He's going to get this all the way down to that pocket, I think. Hit the rail just before, and then maybe stick it on the point. No, he went that side. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah. Because the 8 ball is over there. That really makes the one rail kick super difficult, right? You could hit before the 8 ball with some spin, but even there, it could clip the 8. So he's going to go reverse spin. Let's wish him luck. And if you don't practice those kind of finessed shots to have it reliable in any meaningful way is shouldn't be expected, because those are super finessed. I mean, we're talking not millimeters, but like 0.millimeters of spin applied. Now he's on 1 foul right now. He might be going for the 2 foul. Let's see. And the 2 foul leads to the 3 foul? No. He's going for the out. That was a 2-way though, so pretty comfortable with it. I think he's going to have to send that 8 ball down to the lower right corner. Getting on this side of the 8 ball with that 9-10 there from the 7. That 9-10 blocks the bank back. So going to get pretty straight here on that 7 and then try to make the 8 in the lower right. The alternative is he could try to draw it back in here and then take his medicine on the cut for the 8. So this is what I thought, but he babied it, and his stroke, that low right, either swerved or deflected. So, Bo, again, another opportunity in this rack to keep SHUCHENG from running away. He's got to take advantage again of the opportunity given, and do your due diligence, get good shape, all that. Just play a very deliberate pool to make the run out occur. Hope isn't going to do it here. It's got to be done. I'm pretty confident in him right now. He's looking real good. It's going to take the bank. I mean, this cuts to the side too. And if you practice these thin cuts to the side, you can do them. If you don't, they get statistically difficult. But we'll see what he decides to do. Looks like he's doing the bank. Nice shot. What a good speed control in that cue ball. That was just the stunned follow right there. Not really stunned follow, more like stunned natural roll. You get by these side point pockets because it's frozen on there. You don't want to hug the rail too close. Nice. So he has accomplished his task. Bo is keeping the pressure on SHUCHENG. I'm betting SHUCHENG will double down here, let that previous rack go, the errors that he encountered, and you'll see that very disciplined, deliberate, but powerful pool skill he has. I'd like to see him squat the rock right here. Almost. It kind of slowed down there, right? But then picked up natural roll. Fortunately, the one ball is, again, that side of the table. It often does go that way, right? I'd like to see him do a real first here. I don't think I know what he'll do. He has his way of doing things, but I'd like to see that. Right? Come on. Not enough mustard, but I think that was the correct shot. He would have been a little more mustard right on that too. I just can't tell from this vantage how much of the ball he can see or not. So it's unpredictable for me. Oh, he tried every millimeter available there, but it just wasn't there. Great effort. And again, Bo, an opportunity. He's fully capable of tying this up right now. And that would be a momentum shift. He would be at the table with the break as well. So let's see how he processes and plays this. I think that 5 does go in either corner pocket on the top part of the table. He overran that position. 100% overran it. He didn't like that. It does cut, I think, by that 6. So, he's got to look at his percentages and his comfort level. And, if he's got 75% to make that, I'd go for it. Otherwise, safe is not difficult from here, actually. And looking at the back cut for the 7, the bank to the 7, we'll see. Yeah, he played safe. That was wise. So SHUCHENG will definitely hit this. How he hits is the choice. You hit it thin on the left, hit it full. You try to thin it on the right. He's got the skill to make at least those 3 qualitative choices. I don't think you want to thin it on the right because it just leaves the 5 sitting in front of the corner pocket. So you want to go into it full, send it up towards the 7, call the side pocket, or hit it thin and leave the cue ball back down on this end of the table. He's going right at it from the other rail. He's going to spin this, I guess. That was really brave. And he probably was aiming it well. It's just the speed was a little slow, so the swerve got him. Again, Bo has an opportunity. And a darn good one. Fully within his scope to run out. He's 90%, I believe. Something like that. He's just going to come out a couple balls past the line of the. Yeah, he got a little straight. He wanted a couple more rotations out past that line of the 8 to the pocket, so you could go into the rail, but he'll have to draw it back, it looks like, so he can put the 9 in the lower left corner. Trying to cheat the pocket to get over for the left side of the table. I think that's risky business. Okay, there you go. Wow, he overstroked it. I mean, whew. I don't think I could draw like that. That's amazing. Little draw here so he don't float down to the scratch in the corner. And he's out. Get a good bounce. Perfect. Yeah, can't ask for more than that. We have a match. Oh, what a great break. What a great break. Come on, get in something. Nice. Perfect. Great spread. Cue ball, center table. Eyes on the 1. Next couple balls are quite available, 2 and 3. As long as you don't, get hooked behind that 9. Then the problem comes up for the 4. That's the major problem right here. And he sees it immediately. So he's starting to calculate how his angles to be able to get on that the best chance he can. Okay, so I like this actually. I would have liked to have been a little more left. That way I could draw back into the 8 ball, with impunity. And since 8 ball closer to the pocket, but more importantly, it stops the cue ball in the position ideal for the 4. But he is not a little left, and so he's going to be running into that 9 ball to some degree. It's hard to tell because I can't see the angle, but that's not bad too. As long as he runs into always going around the 9 ball to avoid the problem. Get down here where I was, the ideal position, run by it a little bit, but it's a thin cut, very doable. It's going to leave himself a tester on the 5. However, the 5 goes into either pocket. As long as you don't get hooked behind the 8 ball, pretty much the 5 won't be any greater than a 50 degree cut wherever you end up on that horizontal part of the table down there. So you can just focus 100% on making the thin cut, and try to end up by one of the rails so the angle is as reduced as little as possible. I'm surprised he did not go for that. He must have been really confident in his ability to get behind that 8, because that's what clearly he was aiming for. I think maybe if he looked back at this later, he might decide that going for that thin cut was the right shot. Well, I don't know if he's got the bank or not. He doesn't have the angle to play safe. I see he's not going to. Oh, he might get behind that 8. No. He would have bumped it, I think, anyway. So they're going to go back and forth here. It's another. I mean, I guess he could carry him the 7 in, but he might look at it for a second and then decide to do the save. Just kick it to the rail a little and put it behind the 7. My kanji reading, sir, is a little bit rusty. I know a few kanji, or Hanzi, if that's a Chinese speaker. But yeah, a little more right would be nice. So, and by the way, who are you? Just let me. Are you from Are you a Canadian player as well, or where are you from? Oh, wow. Oh, that was his opportunity to pull ahead. And he has been playing so well up to that point, making the comeback to 3-3 here. SHUCHENG immediately was up out of his chair. Oh, you're a friend of Bo. All right. Well, welcome, brother, from California. Hey, I grew up in San Jose. Where are you from? Nice stroke by SHUCHENG there. That gives him the angle he needs to float out for the 9 in the lower right corner. Two rails right into the track line of the 9. I don't like, he's got to go into the rail here he's going to go slow into the rail and, or be hits it hard with this follow on it into the rail to get position for the 10 in the lower right. He could rattle. He went slow. See, this is what I didn't like about it. Even if he would have made it, he was stuck on the 10, or he would have been a little different, but still very close to the 10. Okay, well, welcome, friend of Bo. And hope you're enjoying the Vancouver 10-ball open. We have some high-quality players here. I'm surprised Bo is not here, actually. Where is Bo? He must be with you, right? Oh, Bo. Oh, oh, this Bo. I thought you meant Bo Bologna. You mean this Bo JIN. Okay. I'm a little slow. Thank you. Shukshin got very fortunate here. What great speed. He knew he was going to be back down here. I don't think he knew exactly he'd be behind the 10, but he knew he had a chance to be, it would be at least a containment safe. But he's got a full safety here. That's great fortune. What a great hit. What a great hit. That's super impressive. I mean, it's going to, it's not going to save him, but in this game, but incredible 2-rail kick. And almost can't go wrong here. Make the 9 in the left side with follow. It's going to come down, hit the first diamond from the upper left corner pocket, float on down here for the angle, the 10 in the corner. Hey, hit that. See, hit that first diamond. There it is for the 10 in the lower right corner. Again, he's on the rail. He don't like it, I'm sure, but he's 95 out of 100 make these, maybe higher than that. Yeah, that's right, sir. Great hit, but no reward. Yeah, we know the feeling. I think Shucheng was relieved about that game because it could have went either way for sure. Seems like we got a player break. Someone's going to the bathroom. Got to splash some water on the face.
Introducing EvoSports, the future of live streaming. It's now easier than ever to stream and share your action. We use the best equipment.
I don't know what happened right there. We're going to try that again.
Introducing EvoSports, the future of live streaming. It's now easier than ever to stream and share your action. We use the best equipment for high-quality HD image. Invite a commentator from anywhere in the world. EvoSports is the evolution in billiards entertainment. Live streaming has never been easier. Simply enter your name, add your race length, and start your stream. Join us on YouTube at EvoSports Streaming or at evosports.live.
I think that's SHUCHENG returning. I can tell by the sweatpants and the tennis shoes. Yes, sir. Again, I don't know your name. We'll call you Bo's friend, but these are 4.5-inch pockets, 7-foot tables, diamonds, of course, so you can see. Oh, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. That was not SHUCHENG. There's SHUCHENG. He's got the other sweatpants on. All right. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Your friend Bo is putting up a strong fight here. SHUCHENG is well known to be one of the better players in the Pacific Northwest, and not the top player yet, but in the trajectory to be there. So hanging with him at this level is quite an accomplishment. It would be an upset if he won this, which would be great. We're not rooting for anybody here. We just want good pool. I like to see these things go hill myself, no matter who's playing. I'm starting to think, with the way he's breaking, that he actually wants that cue ball to come down table. The one does go down there often, so being down there is not, it's better than being on the other end of the table. I submit it's being in the center of the table is better over time. But, and also because, I mean, you're bringing that cue ball down towards that end of the table, it could easily scratch. But he might be doing this on purpose. Oh, yeah, Scotch doubles, that's a lot of fun. Usually I play better in Scotch doubles myself because I don't want to let my partner down. I can't, I feel worse about that. So I pay more attention. Well, I hope you had fun there. It sounds good. Las Vegas. I love that place. Westgate's pretty good. They got a lot of tables usually set up there for BCA and APA, both now. I don't know if he got away with that safe right there. I think there's a sliver. Bo can probably see this and even pocket it. Yeah, I don't know. See, this is close to that 8 ball, but maybe. Oh, hey, so Ray, you're on site there at Silver Star. They have a good burger there. I know that. That was close. I think, yeah, I think I'm glad to see he uh, called that on himself because it appeared he hit the 9 first. So he's got a foul, and so Shucheng has to be thinking that right now how to best get the next foul going. 3 foul rule is in play here. He's gonna get up. He's gonna make this right, and then get up on the 2. If he can play it to get out, there are early 10s, Ray. Yes. So I mean, he could play it to get out, and as he gets around, he may see a better defense. But he always has that in his back pocket now to try a 3 foul. I really like the way you hit that. That was textbook, and it ended up well on the 4. Uh, Again, I don't think he's going to plan for the combo. I don't think so, because he can make the 5 in the lower right. Yeah, I don't. He's got to make the 4 here. I can't see him trying to play defense on the sticking the rock behind the 6. He's got to play to win. I think here. He's going to come down here for a cut to the corner or a combination. Again, if there's a defense there, and there always is some, and I don't see it though. One that's solid for getting a 3 foul. There might be a good containment defense of sorts, so you could get a better position on your next shot. But yeah, you got to be really careful here because if you're going to do a combo, you got to also make sure the cue ball and the 5 ball end up in a place where you can go forward from. You don't want to get stuck behind the 10 or some silly thing. I think what he's looking at here is playing it safe, where he's going to roll forward and try to get the cue ball behind the 8 when sitting the 5 up table. Could be wrong. He's jacking up, but again, there's so many variations. He's calling that pocket, but that doesn't mean anything because you always call the pocket and tin ball in case it goes in, right? He's definitely going for a safety, but he called the pocket just in case. And he got there. Bo's going to have to pull out the jump stick, I think. Can he get an edge of it here? It looks like that tin ball's in the way. I think he's got to get the jump cue out here. Kicking is too likely to sell out. But with the jump, you could get separation at least. Oh, okay. That's the thing. I should have jumped, I think, but it's very likely in those long kicks to sell out easy, unless you're just very skillful with kicks. So it's pretty straightforward now. He wants to try to get straight on that 6, I'm sure. Okay, so he's decided to put the 8 in the lower right corner. That's why he's gone to the left of the 6 there. And that's more appropriate than putting this 8 in the side, for sure, because you can float down for the 9 in the left corner. That's why he beat me 7-1 last time we played. I think anywhere is good down here. Just don't want to be straight in on the 9. He's got a little angle. That's all he needs, really. You can put some right spin on it to bring the cue ball back out to the middle of the table. Use draw. Same location. End results the same. A little closer to the ball, though. SHUCHENG looks like he's feeling very good again. That good news, though. Bo has the break, so he can opportunity here to take control of the table and stay close. Mr. Daniel Sardancillo right here in screen. Little bad fortune again for the roll. It looked like he tried to stop the cue ball in the middle of the table. I saw it stop, but then another ball kicked it. So if we would have been able to do that, would have been able to see the one. Not that it matters. He didn't make a ball, right? But wonder if SHUCHENG here is going to. He's going to try to hit it. He's calling the pocket, so not a push shot. My predilection here would go 2 rails into the short rail first, because I'm afraid I would miss the 1 ball if I go into the long rail and you spin. I mean, we can't really see the exact angle here. It may be very, very doable, but he's checking it a few times for a reason. Oh, he's decided to push. And Bo has opportunity to get safe here. I think you just baby this and leave the 1 ball on the short rail down by the first diamond there. Like that. I'm betting he's going to try to pocket this. That close to the pocket. All that effort. Well, all his focus was trying to make it, so couldn't allocate much for positional stuff. He certainly can hit the ball. Just where it ends up, nobody knows. He'll call the side pocket just in case it goes in. Looks a little steep to me, but I don't know what he's doing here. We'll see. Yeah, he's a little. Got it. He got that darn thing. He must have had a little red spin. Pulled it over. Good leave. I think Bo is forced to do the combo here. There is a safe. I mean, could carry him off to the left and send the cue ball down behind the 5, but that's probably tougher than that combo would have been. Aiming to miss the pocket, so he makes the 6. Oh, powered it through. Wow. This little randomness happened on the table because of that, though. He's probably going to play to make this as well. 2-rail kick. You can do the rail first measurement system here as well. Even though you're banking, you can do a rail first measurement. So you can find your point of contact on the rail and then bank for that. What an incredible shot. Holy smokes. That'll be on the highlight reel. When was that? 422. Nice speed. Perfect angle. Float the just slow roll the 7 in the side and float the cue ball up table a bit for the 8 in the lower left corner. Don't want to go too high. You want a little angle on that 8 so you can get back across for the 9. See how he does it. See, he leaves himself just enough angle to go into the long rail and back across for the 9. He'll probably put a little right spin on it to avoid scratching in the right side pocket. And voila. Dare I say, SHUCHENG will be on the hill here momentarily. So right now, Bo, all he can do is sit and wait. And then no mistakes. And that's what he's got to do. I was SHUCHENG right now with the 4-ball where it's sitting. I definitely try to pocket this one and go for the run out. I'm ahead 6-3. All the pressure's on Bo. But that's me. He may say, hey, I want Bo in hand. He's got a good D. Yep. Oh, hit that point. Man, that was looking real good. But it's okay. I mean, again, it's not an easy run out because the 4-ball. But he did want to make it and seal the deal here. Those stroke looks strong. Not rattled by this deficit, so it looks comfortable. And he's weighing his options. I mean, he's certainly capable of getting out here. That would be great. I'd love to see that. Nice. Again, he has a very strong draw. He did one of those earlier as well. Super strong. Call the 4 on the side, and where that 3-ball goes, I can't guess where he's going to decide to try to put it. Nicely played. He didn't bang it and have the 3-ball randomly end up downstream somewhere, but good control, and now he has a reasonable shot in the 3 and definitely a strong chance to run this out. Stroking his cue, making me wonder if he's going to put one of those power strokes on it again. I doubt it, because I mean, you don't need it, right? Okay, There's a small window between the 8 and the 9 for the 6. It's got significant cut here on the 5, so I think he's got to go 3 rails. If he goes soft, you can still get to that window of the 6. It'd just be a super long shot. I mean, the real control would have been a bank of the 5 with a little draw, and that would send it right to where he is there. And he got really good on this. And he's going to draw back for the 8 in the same corner, certainly. Yep. Off the rail, though. Gave him extra energy there. He didn't plan on, I think. Yeah, that would have caught me by surprise, too. But still makeable. 30 degree, 33, 35 maybe. More like 30 and 35 though. 3-degree cut. So just got to bear down, make the ball. Don't try to play fancy shape. You could make the 9 from just about anywhere you end up. Yeah, see, you would have been right on the 9. Well, sorry to see that. That was a valiant effort. So at least he didn't leave it in the jaws of the pocket. Shucheng has to earn it. He's a good banker, so I give him 75+% to make this. Perfect. A little farther off the rail, but I mean, controlling a half a ball rotation is, you can't really be too critical on yourself about that. And just make the ball, you'll be good for the 10 here. Oh my goodness. That was super unexpected. Bo is like, hey, I'm still in this? Wow. And yeah, I like the cut here for sure. Unless you play a lot of one pocket, these kind of banks are difficult. Yeah. It's about dinner time. They're probably thinking about, what are they going to eat? Yeah, see, he wants to go to, I think he's thinking about what's for dinner. He's